All right, guys, we're going to be doing some Patreon requests today. And starting off, we have a request from Tom Hibbert, who asked me to do a video, or a review, excuse me, a review on a 90s cartoon show that goes by the name of Big Guy and Rusty the Robot. So, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the second tier, that'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this, and let's get started. So, Big Guy and Rusty the Robot, man. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I was actually elated at when Tom sent me this Patreon request. I was genuinely elated at the thought of, first off, as much as I know, I love, a lot of people send me Patreon requests to do fanfiction ideas, and don't get me wrong, I like doing most of them. Keyword most. Sometimes it's just nice to get a review in, especially when it comes to a review of a classic show. One that I think people don't remember. This came from the same animation group that did Jumanji, Godzilla the Animated Series, Men in Black, Extreme Ghostbusters. I think they also did that Roswell show. You guys remember that? I barely remember that. I think they also did the Evolution cartoon. Yeah, there was an Evolution based off that movie. Also, what's fun to note about this animated series, and I didn't know this until years later, this is actually based off of a Dark Horse comic. Yeah, this series was based off of a Dark Horse comic written by Frank Miller. Let me say that again so you guys can understand this. This show was based off of a comic written by Frank Miller. Now, it's not full Miller. Thankfully, it's more, Frank, a lot of Frank Miller-isms don't show up in the comic, but the comic is apparently way more violent, and it's more carried by artwork. I've never had the book. I heard it's like a giant oversized book that's it's just a mini series that Frank Miller and the artist created together, and they based a whole series off of one comic. Yeah. So, Big Guy and Rusty the Robot. For those who don't know what show I'm referring to, Big Guy and Rusty the Robot was an animated series. You can actually, and I found this out too, and I just started marathoning it because I was like, memories. So, Big Guy and Rusty the Robot only went for 26 episodes. I think just one season, if I'm not mistaken. And essentially what the show was about was this hero named the Big Guy. And the Big Guy was this robot who was built to defend mankind from alien and monster threats and mad scientists. It's very much a kind of universe I really enjoy the most, like that kind of Johnny Quest energy, that also that pseudo Art Deco kind of universe. It's one of the reasons why I really love Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. God, I wish I could find that movie on Blu-ray. Man, have you guys ever seen Sky Captain in the World? Just as a minor tangent, have you guys ever seen Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow? That's a great movie. Okay, let me rephrase. It's a fun movie. Is it a good movie? I don't think so, but it is fun. So Big Guy and Rusty the Robot has a lot of that energy. But it turns out that the secret among the military and the corporation called Quark Industries, there is a secret that the Big Guy is not a robot. It is a mech suit piloted by Lieutenant Hunter. And that's been a secret for about a decade. But now, Quark Industries has built a robot superhero called Rusty, who's basically like an Astro Boy type character. And Rusty is meant to replace the Big Guy. However, he's programmed as a child, so he doesn't really understand a lot of things. He's still trying to get the hang of it. So Hunter, basically still pretending to be a robot, mentors Rusty and they become like a crime-fighting duo. This show is so much fun. I swear to God, rewatching this in light of this review was like a flashbang of my memory core. Like, it was always hidden in the back of my mind. Also, yes, so before someone brings it up, the voice of Rusty is the same person who did Bobby Hill in King of the Hill. I know someone was going to type that, so I'm beating you to the punch. Anyway, and also the voice of Big Guy, the robot, is you heard his voice all the time, like next, check out this next lineup of Saturday morning cartoons. Especially on Kids WB. Yeah. This show is so much fun. There were like a lot of great guest voices in here too. Like you had Tim Curry as one of the villains. You had Arlie Ermy as this general. There were so many people that got into this. This show, it had some solid action too. Like that whole series by Jeff Kline. Every Jeff Kline created animated show from the 90s had some absolutely just stunning work in terms of like action cartoons. And this show also wasn't afraid to go gory, and there was actually some nice horror elements too, and some really solid jokes. Yeah. This series also, like, Rusty isn't annoying. Like, that's what I like about Rusty, the boy robot, is that Rusty isn't annoying, he's just naive, and he doesn't understand. I think Rusty could have been easily annoying, but, like, I think it balances with Big Guy, Hunter, basically being like a father figure to him. I think that's a cool balance of the two. And it's like there's just solid action in the show. I think also like it just has fun. Like this is a universe that it's a universe where like an alien invasion is just another day, and as long as we have the Big Guy who uses like a dirigible, a mecha dirigible, a mecha zeppelin, one might say, as a base of operation. Yeah. And also like he just unfolds his arms and just a fuck ton of guns come out. How could I not like this as a kid, right? Yeah. This show is just the embodiment of fun. This is a Saturday morning 90s cartoon to its core, and I am so happy to have watched it again. So yeah, go on YouTube right now and go marathon the show. Is it like anything deep, or is it anything like deep and meaningful? No. Do you want to see a giant robot punch a monster? Yeah, you do. So go watch it. Anyway, so yeah. So once again, I'd like to thank Tom Hibbert for this Patreon request. Let me know in the comments below if you watched Big Guy and Rusty the Robot as a kid. And also, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, hit the second tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.